Hello everyone. Hello. Okay, so let's let's jump in really quick. And so yeah, today we are going to continue the live streaming of building an LLM from scratch using ROS. And ROS is a great programming language and a lot of people love it, so that's why I wanted to jump into using this as well. And one thing that we did last time is that we successfully create or that we were successful at putting this text into Rails programming language and be able to run it and print in the console. I think we did carry around. Yeah, it is compiling. Okay, yeah, and that actually works, and we count the number of characters that we have in this file. So as we remember the rules, we are not going to use AI for this. We are only going to use the documentation, and this is one of the things that I want to try for doing LLMs from scratch. And yeah, we will be using a programming language that everyone loves and everyone is excited about. Yeah, we are using the Sebastian Rashka LLMs from scratch. And one thing that I wanted to show you guys is the way Sebastian break down things and how he envisioned creating a large language models. Okay, let me try to understand so I can kind of show you guys what I meant. Yeah, you see, this is Sebastian Rashka model on how to build an LLM from scratch. And the first thing is that we are stage one, right? We are in stage one, and the first thing that we are doing is data preparation with this at this stage. And the way LLM works is that LLMs gets data from all over the internet, but that data can get messy. And but the important part of an LLM is that you get the messy data, and that data you predict the next token. So that's essentially what we want to do with the data preparation, is to make the data as useful as possible for the LLM to predict the next word. So if I put D, it will print the probabilities of being cat, dog, and human. I don't know. So everything will have a probability: cat 0.5, and dog 0.3, and human 0.2, something like that. This is a probability distribution, and the LLMs typically, depending on different parameters, it will pick the most probable, the most likely next word. So that's what we are trying to do. So let me see what Sebastian did. So first, okay, he did this. Okay, this is embedding that essentially he translates video, audio, and text into embedding, which is a numerical representation, right? Tokenizing text. Okay, tokenizing text, GPT encoder. So this is what we did on ROS, right? This is what we did in ROS. We were able to import this file. We did it locally. We didn't want to call URL or anything. And after we got that, we print the total number of characters, right? Okay, maybe we can customize our, yeah, because I'm putting file count, but what I want is total number of characters. Let's just put here. Let's just put here total number of characters. So it is easy. Total number of characters. Okay, maybe we don't need this, but maybe we do need this space. We do need it. Yeah, let's run a cargo run. Let's compile it. Okay, the number of characters. Yeah, now it looks similar, right? Now it looks similar, and then we can print. Oh, I want to put this exact same thing. So maybe I don't know if we can index like this in ROS. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's try. I'm pretty sure this will fail. Cargo run. Yeah, that actually did fail. How can we index in ROS? Let's ask how to index in ROS. Yeah, we don't want to. Okay, array. Okay, array index expression. Index by vector. I like that. How to index a string. I like this. Okay, Stack Overflow. We get back to Stack Overflow. So it barely is not dead, right? 11 years. So okay, what he's trying to do here. I'm attempting to index a string in ROS, but the compiler throws an error. Yeah, it sure does. Okay, yes, indexing into a string is not available in ROS. Okay, that's cool to know. The reason for this is that ROS strings are saved in continuous UDFA encoding buffer internally. So the concept of indexing itself will be ambiguous, and people will use it. Byte indexing is fast, but almost always incorrect. When your text contains no ASCII symbols, byte indexing might leave you inside a character Unicode code important, which is really bad if you need text processing. While code point indexing is not free, okay, it doesn't, yeah, let's keep it at you can, okay? Use certain that your string contain ASCII characters only. You can use the AskBytes methods. Okay. Okay, so you actually can do it, but you need to only have ASCII characters. And let's see, ASCII. Let me show you ASCII characters. It's America Standard 7-bit character encoding. Okay. Oh yeah, but this is AI. I don't want AI. Okay. I don't want AI mode either. Okay, this is the ASCII table. It's a standard association, 7 bytes only. Yeah. Okay, I got it. So okay. So what he is asking here is to use ASCII. So so instead of using contents, which is characters, right? We wanted to convert ASCII. If you do need to index code points, you have to use cars iterator. As I said above, this will require referencing the data iterator up to the code element. Finally, in many cases on text processing, it is actually necessary to work with Grafema clusters. Okay, yeah, you lost me. Okay, let's see if there is an easy way of doing this, right? Let's say hi, everyone. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is special because it looks like you can do that. Yeah, but this is a vector. How to index a string in Rust. Okay, we have, right, yeah, it says the same thing. Yeah. What's the best ways to index into string? I understand there are three things: bytes, scalar values, and graphemes. I don't know what is this, right? And due to this, indexing into string isn't as straightforward as other language like Python. And I have a large string with only ASCII characters. I don't know which to iterate over it. I just want to index into a specific position of interest. I don't need a range. I just need a single character. For example, I want to shift the following. So this is a Python example. Okay. Okay, if you know it is, will that be done using bytes as bytes? Things I mean to say the byte. Okay. I don't know if there is a good answer here. Wow. I don't know, man. Okay, so this is another question in Rust. Hi, I was writing some code in RPython to experience with strings when I found something strange. String can be indexed, but can be sliced from a range. Here is an example. Okay, let A some cool stuff. Let B another awesome string. Let index is size equal 4. Let me see what he did. Okay, A, B. Let's run this. Some cool stuff. It is the same. B index. Okay, so it is defining. Okay, maybe we can define, right? See, I don't need you. Maybe we can define this as, okay. Let's do the first thing. What I'm what I'm understanding here is that we first define the index using use size, and from there you can create operations to create another variable, and that variable will store the index, right? That's what I'm understanding here. So let's use let index. Okay, use size. What exactly I'm resizing here? Let's check what Sebastian did. I always, so is this the first 99 characters, right? I think it is the first 99 characters. Okay, let's run it again. Gotta go run. Okay, yeah, the first 99 characters. So it will be, okay, let use size we use equal. Yeah, I'm sure we do use equal, but the equal sign, but I want to just make sure I don't want to mess this up. Okay, yeah, equal to 0, because that's what we are seeing here. And from there, Okay, from there I think we can do operations. Let's contents content sample is equal to, okay, we use this, and then we use contents. Okay, we use content, and then we square bracket, we get from index 0 to index plus 99. Okay, don't forget about this. And then what we print here is content sample. This should work. I mean, who bets on this working? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know either if this is going to work. Let's see. Let's put cargo RAM. Oh wow, this is amazing. It works. I have always, yeah. So it is the same what Sebastian did here, right? Okay, let's change a bit so it is exactly the same. I just want to replicate. I want to be the master of copying this code and translate it to rows. So total number of characters with this, and then content sample. Do we need this? I don't know. I don't know if we need this. Okay, let's try again. Cargo run. Yeah, it looks like we do need it. Total number of characters. This was no. Okay, this actually worked. So the goal is to tokenize and embed this text for an LLM. Let's develop a simple tokenizer based on some simple sample text that we can then later apply to the text above. The following regular expression. Okay, now we are trying to use regular expression. Okay, but we don't need to imitate this. We only want to split on white space, but also commas and periods. So let's modify the regular expression to do that as well. Okay, but we already are able to count the number of characters, and then we are also be able to index. It wasn't that difficult, right? And it was pretty similar. You just need to have to know the syntax, which is sample by index, and then going to the to the upper bound of the index that we want to make. Now we're trying to use regular expressions. Yeah, I do think we do need to use these regular expressions. I mean, yeah, so he's doing an incremental approach. He has this text here, and then he split by white space. Okay, so let's try to see how can we do regular expressions in Rust. Okay, how to do regular expressions in Rust. Will this work? What do you guys think? This will work? Yeah, I'm checking the stream. Yeah, let's see. Okay, great. Okay, this looks like it is. Okay, let's see this regular expression. So, regex. This graph provides routines for searching strings for matches of a regular expression, aka regex. The syntax supported by this graph is similar to other regex engines, but it lacks several features that are not known how to implement efficiently. Okay, this is not good, but I think it will work in our case. This includes, but is not limited to, look around and back reference in exchange or regex searches in this grade have worst case, okay, time complexity where n is proportional to the size of the regex and n is proportional to the size of the string being searched. If you just want API documentation, then skip to regex type. Otherwise, here is a quick example showing one way of parsing the output of a grep. Okay, I don't know. It looks like this is easier. I don't know. Okay, but I think this is the way we import libraries, right? In Okay, I like this. I think it's cleaner. Find the US fonts. No, I just want to buy white space. But maybe we can use the same one. Let's let's do this. Okay, let's use regex. Okay, so now we have the library. Okay, let's see if this run here. If this runs in the sandbox. Yeah, because I think this should be inside a function. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm not printing anything. So now we know how to print. Or maybe I don't need this, but I do need this M. Okay, that didn't work. Let's see if this works. Okay. Let's put the brackets, then the comma space. Now it should print. Okay, what is saying? A good thing that you something that you should be really learning and trying to master yourself is to try to understand errors and the terminal, because even though you can do a lot of things with AI, you might get to a solution faster if you know what the error is. So I think this is a really valuable skills to master and to practice. It's just reading errors in the command line. So let's see what it's saying here. It's trying to compile, rejects, doesn't implement. Oh, so I cannot implement this. Why? Okay, so so it looks like I'm trying to display with this print statement, but it's still a regular expression. So, Maybe if we use end and range, is this get converted into string at some point or not? Okay, let's see what is the documentation saying. Yeah, let's remove this because we already know how to do this, right? The regular expression since labels stay the same. Okay, let's see what reference for regex syntax, but it's on the line prep. I think this is the one that we got, right? Example to find a date. Okay, okay, he's trying to print here. Let's see how this does it. So this is a regular expression, and this is the text. Okay, so first you define the regular expression that you are trying to look for. Then you have the text where you are going to look for things, and then you use what you capture here. Let's see if this works. I think this is same structure for everything. So you have the regular expression that you're looking for, then the text that you want in which you want to search for, and then you have the print. Okay, what is the error? Error, this file contains an unclosed delimiter. Which one? Okay, yeah, I think it's this one. Okay, that's fair. Try again. Exited with the status 101. So what it's saying is regex parse error. Is this the same what we had in the documentation? Because it doesn't feel like it. I don't know why it's not providing this help. I honestly don't know why it's not providing the output. Okay, so it should be this. Okay, what it's saying is this graph provides convenient iterations for matching an expression repeatedly against a search string to find successive not overlapping matches. For example, to find all dates into a string and be able to access them by their component bits. And so, okay. Let's see what we have here. Let's put it side by side, right? Maybe we don't need this. Do we need this? I don't know. I don't think so. We do need. We can put it here and let's try. So yeah, it says that it's not allowed. Cancel it. Okay. It says that some keyword. Yeah, but that's why. Well, this one changed, so it says that I should be using. See if that works. This is also constant, so I don't have to change it. Okay, so here is saying that the type for constant is missing. Let me see what he did here because I don't know, man. I don't think I should do all these things. Okay, so define the regular expression. Okay, maybe it's this. Maybe I already using here. Maybe I should stick with example as it is. Let's do that. Doesn't work either. And it's because it is finding the let keyword. I want to do something really simple. I just want to make something round with regular expression and then because I think we did but with that sir, so this could work. Okay, what is saying here? The name is Morphe. Let's see if this works. It didn't work. So it says status 101, the thread. Where is back first error? Maybe there is a difference in the syntax with the new version. Because what is here it defines that it doesn't match. Okay, it says error Unicode aware per class not found. Make sure the Unicode per feature is enabled. So it looks like I need to enable this. And it's a configuration issue. I don't know if I can change it here. Okay, let's see if it works in here. This is about practice. If I do this and if I put everything in the same program, okay. Let's also snooze this and Yeah, this shouldn't be here because this node needs to be at the top. Okay, it's already there. Okay, let's cargo run. Yeah, yeah, I left one bracket. Okay, I have another error. It says that so input regex. If you want to create name regex, use cargo regex to add it to your cargo tone. Okay, so I need to look for this. Okay, we used to do this a lot of times, and then we find a bug. I don't know, like how to add regex to our cargo tone. Okay, so this is a GitHub version. I have multiple projects, raw folder, and I want to avoid writing the project explicitly, so I replace with rows. I don't know what it means. Okay, is cargo at regex. Got it. Okay, so now cargo run, it compiles. Okay, so this actually worked. Now it didn't work on the it didn't work on the sandbox, but it's working here. So essentially what we do is that we define the regex, we import the regex library. First we add it to the cargo tone, then we define the regex that we're trying to look for. We define the keyword or what do we want to capture, and yeah, and from there we print it. So what Sebastian is trying to capture here, I think he's trying to capture space. So I won't change this. The text will be the same. Okay, the text will be, let's put this in here into the regular expression that we are looking for, and then we will be updating. Okay, so we want to, okay, how to split, okay, how to split text with regex in Rust. Okay, I have a string that separated by a delimiter. I want to split this string using regex. I keep the delimiter in my current code. Yeah, it was similar to what I was expecting to do. The split, the output of which is I would like to keep this separated. So the problem of this guy, yeah, it's a similar problem. So the problem of this guy is that he has this regular expression. I don't know what's the difference between unwrap that the and the expected is the expect value regex. Iter collect, okay, print. So this output, this is a test, but yeah, he want the space. He wanted the delimiters. Do Sebastian want that? Let's see. I honestly don't know. Yeah, he does want it. So I have the same problem as him. that that this guy code thumbs up. Okay, so he's trying to do the same thing and using methods with regex. Okay, this is as recommended in the regex tab. There is documentation for that. Yeah, we didn't understand it, so let's see. This section requires that this graph is compiled with the parent cargo feature enabled, which requires nightly ROS. Since Regin implements parent, you can use regex with methods defined on stream. For example, is match. Okay, let me see. If you know how to transform the code to not require nightly ROS. For example, find it. Okay, so okay, separator. This looks like a function in ROS. So what he's doing here is let's put this. Okay, let will be separator just because I want consistency. We expect so you can throw an error if we have an invalid regex, and then what we want to split. He defined here. Let split equal it's okay. I think we can copy. I don't need to understand everything. Function. Okay, we use regex. Let's match. So let's see if that works. I'm not really sure if it will work, but I have a lot of hopes on this working. Split keep. And separator. Split keep and separator we already defined here. Okay, what text are is Sebastian using? Okay, we define let text, hello world, this is the test, the generate, the separator, and the text. We also have another, no, we don't have another test. Okay, anything else that these guys is mentioning? Yeah. With split, then let's copy this. So for splitting splits, okay, it should print hello, comma, space, word, dot, space, this, comma, space, is, and you get the idea. Let's see if that works. Okay, it didn't work. Let's understand why. Okay, expected file keyword, the keyword let. It shouldn't be let. Let. So let's separate equal regex new value reject, let splits equal split keep and separator text. Okay, yeah, this should be in jail for doing this. Okay, carry run. Okay, same. Yeah, I should have got it from here. Let's see what's the error. Okay, expected found. Okay, so it looks okay. I forgot this. Yeah, yeah, it's already. Did I miss another one? Okay, didn't missing this. No, I don't think I missed any other. Correct. Okay, so it's saying that it is saying that I missed something. Where your partner? Okay, perhaps it's a library, right? Do I need to add a library? What is it saying? Okay, this guy is getting the same error that I am, so it might be the same issue. So to verify, did you follow the numerous warnings at the top of the answer about enabling the parent feature? I worked with this in Cargaton. Despite the flow of East Coast warning, it triggers. Okay, so I need to open this Cargaton. Okay. Yeah, regex. I guess this one. Can I use 12.3? Maybe I can, right? Let's see if that works. One that A. Maybe that works. I don't know if I need to initialize something or let's try cargo init. Cargo run. It says okay, cargo run regex So it is getting the last version, doesn't getting this version. It's not getting the latest version. Okay, let me try when updating the cargo tone in Rust. How do you apply the changes? Cargo, okay, so it is similar. Cargo update works within constraints defined by cargo tone. Once it will update cargo log, there is nothing else you need to do to cargo tone. You want to see what's available on those cargo, as mentioned, cargo log. As mentioned, cargo log is a file for tracking non-working dependencies. However, if you do want to update the minimum version of your dependency, you don't know the accident. Okay, cargo upgrade. Cargo upgrade. Cargo update. Okay, now cargo run. Yeah, because features is not in this table. Maybe cargo log. Okay, 1A. Okay, yeah, but I think it is passing to this. How to get a new package version in Rust? How can I specify? Okay, in Rust you can use Rust version. Yeah, but I'm talking about the package. How to get an specified version of a package in Rust. Okay, specifying dependencies. Okay, have several. Yeah, I think it's common issue. It's a common issue with regex, right? Because a lot of examples actually does use regex, but